Oh my goodness. I got the best question last night, and I wanted to take a moment to answer it. And I actually printed out my manifesto to make it more clear. So the question is from Judith. Hey, Vanessa, I love all the content that you put out, but what is the end game here? What is it that you're selling basically, but not selling? And I thought it was a great question for two reasons. One, it helps me to clarify and be more aware of the message that I'm putting out here. And secondly, it reminds me to put something out like this, like my manifesto, that sometimes I think that I share this with you guys, but I haven't. So I printed it out because it's something that I thought about a couple of years ago. So, where does feminist spaces come from? Like, why the hell am I here amongst the millions of other people that are here on social media talking to you, right? So, I have lived a life and I had a great practice, and I focus on women with relationships and also when it comes to self mastery. And from a clinical perspective, that's fantastic. When I retired, I wanted to do something a little bit different, which was more like create a little forum to be sharing wisdom, imparting tools and skills, but making it more fun, more feminine, like you're talking to your girlfriends, right? And also in my social group, I have girlfriends that are 20 years older than me and 20 years younger than me. So I have both. That creates such a breadth of knowledge that has been invaluable to me in my whole entire life, and I take it for granted. So when I'm listening to you cute, fabulous humans out here, and you're telling me, "Oh my God, I didn't know that," it helps me understand what a privilege it is that I have had this wealth of wisdom from women that are 20 years younger than me and 20 years older than me, as well as my own life experience, plus from my clinical practice. So it makes a big difference. So feminine spaces is created from the space of women. We have been told in so many different ways what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, what you're supposed to wear, where you're supposed to live, who you're supposed to date, and what it works. And for me, there is a solid disconnection between us as women knowing who we are and where we come from. That solid sense of conscious self mastery. Everything that I do here in feminine spaces is about cultivating that feminine power, and that feminine power to be able to cultivate relationship wisdom, self mastery, and conscious living, always through a feminine lens. And by feminine power, I mean that ember that's inside of you. That's the female intuition. It's the understanding who you are. It's being able to resolve things in such a beautiful way. So a couple of years ago, while I was still working, I came up with this little idea, and I got myself on the computer, and I wrote this out in a very poetic form because I am that girl, super logical, very analytical, but also very creative, and super witchy. Because let's be honest, for me, all of us women were witches, and that's the witches in the sense of the intuition, the nurturing, the loving nature, the things that we create and manifest into our life. Women, we are that. So this is where it came from. So I took the liberty to print it out, and I'm going to share it with you. You ready? Okay. We are the women who choose to rise again and again and again. We are endlessly curious about who we are and who we're becoming. We understand that life isn't a straight line. It's a sacred spiral of growth, remembering, releasing, and rebirth. In this space, we no longer chase perfection. We honor wholeness. We honor the messy, radiant beauty that is being alive. We believe that wisdom is not found in doing more. It is found in being more present, more self-honoring, more unapologetically true. We live with consciousness. We lead with grace. We love with depth. Here, age is not a limit. It's a crown. Here, self-mastery is not a destination. It is a devotion. Here, relationships are not battles to win or wounds to heal. They are mirrors, teachers, and sacred invitations. Here, we choose daily to become the authors of our own stories, guided by soul, strength of sisterhood, and lit by that inner flame that never dies. We are feminine spaces. We walk this path together, curious, conscious, courageous, and every woman who enters here enters not just a community, but a revolution of remembrance. Welcome home. My favorite quote that I use here all the time in feminine spaces encompasses all that is that when a woman is in her feminine essence, she's undeniable. That is the manifesto of feminine spaces. Judith, let me know if that answered your question. And for the rest of us, this is what feminine spaces is all about. It's you and I cultivating self-mastery of ourselves and also sharing that within our community. Pussily Puss.